And I'm moving pretty quick on that. Once you can do that, all right, so this is just a footwork application that you can use for so many different things called a bounce step. You can do it with your lead leg, you can do it with your rear leg. We're gonna do it with our rear leg this time. And essentially it is to pick up my leg a little bit, put it down closer to my front leg, and then take a step. Not very bouncy, but you start like that. And then it starts to become a little more. And it's a great way to set up a kick. So from this distance, if he's hanging out there and he just doesn't move at all, I step. Oh man, I missed him. I take a big step. It's a terrible position to kick from. Why don't I instead bounce step? And I think a lot of people naturally do this after a while. They might not even notice that they're doing it, but you just gotta cover ground somehow. And I'd say most people think about the bounce step as useful for exactly that, setting up a kick. But it's actually a really good way to cover ground while punching. So if I'm this far away from someone, your standard entry, your footwork, is to do a step drag. Or maybe to just hop in a bit. But there's this limited amount of space that I can take on that. So if I start to move in and I try to do that really long, and he dips back on me, I'm really having a hard time reaching him. And if I can do this, boom, boom, I can cover that ground. I mean, I said it's so chill and it was so easy to keep up with him. So I'm gonna break this down enough that hopefully you can reproduce this on your own. And the first bit is to just lift your rear leg as you throw the jab. It's not about lifting your leg, it's about tipping forward. So as again, let's say I throw a 1-2 and he moves back on me. Let's go back, this time, and again. So as I lift my leg, I'm just throwing the jab, almost like a little pacer, a distance keeper, okay? So after I do this, boom, I put my foot down, and maybe he backs up even a bit more, and it looks like I can't catch him, but I'm just gonna fall and land the 2 as my front foot lands. So if I do that in slow motion, 1 and 2. And if I do it a bit quicker, and I'm moving pretty quick on that. Once you can do that, there are a whole bunch of follow-ups that work great. I'll give you a demonstration of why I might. We have a combo we call the Dutchman. He goes, and he checked it because he knew it was coming, right? But he hunkered down on his stance, and that allowed me to just stay grounded and rip these shots with power. So I go to do the Dutchman, and he's a smarter man, and instead of hunkering down in a stance, he gets out of there. I can't do the Dutchman. This bounce stepping with the 1-2 can cover ground, keep you punching well, and like I said, there's good follow-ups. So instead of trying to do the Dutchman, I know that he's gonna run, I could go and shuffle hook to follow him. I could boom, boom, step, boom, left kick. I could boom, boom, and then I could step through hook. Keep running. Good. Let's go on a slight diag. I want you to see just how much room can be covered, okay? So he's just gonna consistently move backwards. Go ahead. You see how lazy I was? That was half a ring. And I'm saying you can almost go from rope to ropes with this. So if you've got somebody who's running in straight lines from you, you should circle. But if someone's running in straight lines, this movement can really get you out of there. And one of my favorite ways to use this is if somebody's parrying, you can use this without the bounce step, but if somebody's parrying the jab and the cross, yeah, boom, you just send that kick up. When he parries, his hand goes there, and it's so fast to get that kick up and over. They don't have time to bring the parry back to block it. So we've got bounce stepping with the 1-2 is lift and fire. Your follow-ups, hey, take your pick. But if they're running from you and your step drags aren't getting you there, hopefully now you've got a tool that covers that ground.